Across Texas, districts are proving that advanced academics and career and technical education are not competing paths. They're complementary forces. When students have access to both, they graduate prepared for college, career, and life.
Nowadays, when you are going into a trade, there's so many skills that are prerequisite to be successful even in those trades that are not just the trade skills, the communication, the collaboration, and the ability to comprehend difficult text and to be able to follow difficult directions. All of that plays into being successful in a trade career. But then also in the military, we know when students take the ASVAB, that determines what they get to do in their military career. And if they have a strong literacy background, if they have a strong numeracy background, then they score higher on the ASVAB and more opportunities open up for them as they go into the military. And so it's really about the and of those three opportunities as opposed to picking one. And the other thing that we know is kids will go into a trade, earn money, and then decide, I like being a worker, but I think I like being a manager better. And then they go get management experience, or they decide that they would like to be in a different career. And so they use that trade to make the money to then go and get additional educational opportunities to be able to go to the next step.
So I remind our team, our students are the ones taking the jobs out here in the community in everything that we're preparing them for. How special is that? You know, and then yes, some may go to military and some may go off to universities out of state, but many of them are going to stay, go to our local college, get degrees here, and they're already working.
The Texas Education Agency emphasizes that CCMR readiness reflects readiness for all futures. Students who combine advanced coursework with hands-on learning are more likely to meet CCMR indicators, earn the outcomes bonus, and develop the critical thinking, problem-solving, and teamwork skills employers and colleges value. Districts that intentionally connect these programs expand opportunity for every student. Number 1, a unified vision for rigor and relevance. Number 2, aligned course pathways and scheduling. Number 3, educator collaboration and shared training. Number 4, partnerships that broaden opportunity. Number 5, data and messaging that drive access. District leaders set the tone by defining college and career readiness as a single integrated goal. They communicate that AP, dual credit, and CTE programs of study are all routes to rigorous learning and post-secondary success.
So our big pillars are student achievement, world-class employment, safe and secure A-Leave, A-Leave family, and organizational strength. Under student achievement, post-secondary is front and center. We have several annual metrics and 5-year metrics that really look at, first, expanding the offerings, increasing the percentage of students participating in post-secondary courses, increasing overall performance and rate of college, career, and military readiness, and of course, putting systems at the campuses to ensure that we are creating the environment for all of these goals to be accomplished.
Districts remove barriers that force students to choose. Thoughtful master scheduling and course sequencing allow students to earn college credit and industry certifications within the same graduation plan.
The Advanced Academics is actually a board goal for us here at Aldine. Our board wants to maximize the number of students that are engaged in AP courses, dual credit courses, as well as on-ramps courses, so any type of advanced course. And it doesn't only span the traditional route of advanced courses. They also are, wanting our students to engage in advanced courses for career as well. So currently what we do is we have an initiative in 9th grade. We call it 9 and 9 for our 9th graders to get 9 advanced course credits within 9th grade. That is specific to dual credit though. We also have just a larger initiative as well in partnership with Lone Star College. We are doing our best to schedule students and offer opportunities so that students get 12 to 15 hours by the time that they graduate as well. And so those opportunities, as well as partnership with our external partner, Lone Star, really help to expand those opportunities for our students as well.
We try to give a broad approach and to give preference to college, career, and the military, which coincidentally aligns with the state accountability system. So we do, on the college side, we have all of our advanced placement offerings, dual credit offerings, UT on-ramps, international baccalaureate, all of those kind of geared toward making sure that students are given the opportunity to get their college credits early. We do have 2 early college high schools in district as well. One of them, Collegiate High School, is specifically focused on academics, either earning a full associate's degree or earning credits for transfer once they graduate. Then we have Branch Academy, which is career and technical education focused, but from a dual credit standpoint. So most of those students are working on either trade-based associate's degrees or certificate programs, so they can start work as soon as they're out of high school.
We meet together, however we're structured in any given year, to plan. We are intentional now to demonstrate connections between Advanced Academics and CTE and the guidance piece to anyone to whom we present. So at Navigate Your Future Night that I mentioned earlier, I've asked CTE to present first so that I can follow and say, hey, kind of dispelling the myth that there's a difference. Like, you can't be in Advanced Academics and CTE. Try to dispel that myth to be like, hey, if your pathway that you're interested in is architecture, like, awesome. Also, please take AP Physics, because I don't want to stand in a building that you've built without a really solid foundation in physics. So trying to say, like, these things aren't separate, they go together.
When academic and CTE educators collaborate, students see how classroom theory connects to real-world application. Joint planning also helps counselors advise students toward coherent pathways.
One thing this year we've expanded through Contigo Ed our full-on secondary counselor training. In the past, our college and career counselors only have done a lot of training on that piece, but we had noticed that there was disconnect between the college and career counselors knew the college piece to look for the degree plan to see what courses are coming up, but our general high school counselors that were splitting the alpha, handling the scheduling, the academic advising, social emotional issues, they didn't have that piece, so there was that disconnect between what my 4-year plan for high school says versus what does my 8-year plan say for, bachelor's degree beyond. So this year, and actually I think it was 2 weeks ago, the full secondary counseling team had a really in-depth advising training with Contigo Ed, looking at the college and career piece so that they're all better informed on it. And then I know that my department in career and technical education, guidance and counseling got together and kind of mapped out what we want PD to look like next year for that very purpose. So we're making steps in that direction.
District level, and really there's 3 departments that come together to do a lot of this work. And it's the CTE department, that's the career part, the Advanced Academics department, that's the college part, and the and in between is our counseling team. And so our Director of Guidance and Counseling works closely with myself and our Director of CTE to kind of troubleshoot, problem solve, find areas of need, and then either fill those with information or fill those with resources or fill those with processes and procedures. So we make sure that our CTE teachers understand the advanced academics landscape so that when kids are in their classes asking advice, they get good advice. We make sure that our advanced academics teachers are aware of all 4 platforms, even if they don't teach within those platforms, and are able to also then speak to CTE. And then we make sure that our counseling team knows all of it.
Partnerships with colleges, universities, and industry bring advanced coursework and career learning to life through dual credit mentorships and work-based learning that reinforce academic rigor.
For some of our students to get some hands-on experience, so students can see everything from start to finish. They don't just have to see the production side of things, they can also see the business side of things kind of within that space as well. And with the launch of our 2 P-Tech sites, that allows students to not only get the curriculum, but it also allows students to get the industry connection as well. So expanding in that space has also expanded opportunities for students. And most recently, we have launched a HEAL program. It is a program in partnership with Memorial Hermann for our students specific to the healthcare industry. And so our students will be able to kind of leave with their associate's degree as well as some hands-on experiences specific to careers in the healthcare professions as well.
There's 3 key players. Well, I think I would just start with, I think it comes down to time and money. That's the barrier. Always with faculty expansion comes back to time and money, right? And so we began to think about how do we really tackle those 2 issues. And there's 3 key partners. We need a higher ed institution. We need a university that can offer the graduate hours to us. We need alignment with our colleges. In our initial idea of the project, we were using Northwest Vista College, and then we needed teachers from a school district. Our ask from our school district was that the model be used to expand to access. That if we trained teachers in this expansion model, that then those teachers taught at schools where there wasn't currently access. So if we train an English teacher, they need to be teaching at a school where there's not currently access to dual credit English. if that makes sense, right? So those are really the fundamental partners of the program.
So we have what we call GiantCon. It's our back to school conference that we hold. We will have Lee College instructors and San Jacinto instructors over here having workshops in PD for our staff. And then we'll also offer staff workshops. If you're a dual credit teacher, here's things you need to know to help advise your students, because our high school teachers may not live on the world of the college campus, and we need them to be able to advise students because they touch more students than one advisor can at one time. And so we do a lot of cross training. We want our students to see the college professors on our campuses, as well as we want to see our high school staff on their campuses. And we want this to be a unified, partnership that we have.
Districts use CCMR data to ensure every student has equitable access to both advanced and career-connected opportunities, and they tell a unified story about what success looks like.
As we began to really dive into our data, we were celebrating some really significant growth. We were celebrating record enrollment in dual credit, and really feeling great about ourselves. And then we realized that while we're celebrating record enrollment, we were not even reaching 10% of the high school students in Bexar County. And we service way outside of Bexar County. But with our record enrollment that we were celebrating, that was falling just a little bit short of 10% of the total number of students that were in Bexar County. And that's kind of when it struck us, and in some conversations with the chancellor, that we realized there was a significant misalignment with our moonshot, that we're not eradicating poverty if only 10% of our high school students are getting a head start. And so that drove us to set some really lofty growth goals. Our growth goals are 29 by 29, which is 29,000 students by the fall of 2029, which means that we are just a little bit more than doubling our dual credit enrollment over the next 5 years.
We built out our own little internal dashboard to try to track where we were with CCMR. So TSI, dual credit, IBCs, like we were tracking all these things, but it took a lot of effort. And so it's definitely a diffusion of effort because we had so many people that had hands in it. Okay, we're tracking FAFSA TAFSA, we're tracking this. But that began the process for being able to sit with all the different departments and discuss and figure out strategies, because every time we had a system of log in here, look here, here's the data. And so with that data system, we're able to have more productive conversations.
We have trackers that allow us to track where students are on their CCMR journey. Our tracker enables us to monitor students in grades 9 through 12 who are CCMR ready by component on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. We update this tracker with new data on daily basis, and we hold a monthly standing CCMR meeting to review and discuss the data. Carving that time once a month with central teams and campus principals is really important because we want to prioritize that work and we want to make sure that it's continuous. So what we model during these meetings, we also expect our principals and our teams to turn around and really work with our campus teams and ensure that it's prioritized as well. We're also currently building a dashboard that will expand our CCMR data access. The dashboard is being designed by our advanced academic team, and the goal is for it to include everything that the team needs to make informed decisions. When it comes to CCMR data, we not only want to track current status and gauge the extent to which students are on track, but we also want to be proactive in identifying early students who need to be tapped into for enrollment in advanced courses, ensuring that they have post-secondary pathways to support them. We also want to connect any existing data systems to support post-secondary success, which includes a wide range of data sources, not just from K through 12, but post-secondary, really looking at it from a P through 16 perspective.
What did we just cover? We walked through the essentials of strong advanced academics and CTE approaches, a unified vision for rigor and relevance, aligned course pathways and scheduling, educator collaboration and shared training, partnerships that broaden opportunity, data and messaging that drive access. Advanced academics and CTE aren't separate worlds. They're complementary pillars of CCMR success. When districts design programs that connect challenge with purpose, every student graduates prepared for the opportunities ahead.